Oh my goodness. I have been taking my time today. And honestly, I'm not mad about it. And I say that because I worked every single day this week. I mean, Sunday through Friday, except for today. And so today, I'm taking my time. And that's good, you know? Like it's good. Also, I need my matcha because I am struggling. So we have that getting ready. And then I'm going to make salmon today. And then we have Easter tomorrow, which is wild. I'm not really sure what I'm doing today. Maybe I'll do a makeup look. I'm not sure. That might be fun, actually. I'm just kind of keeping today easy. So yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I do just a little quick little tutorial on a pastel makeup look. That would be fun. I'll think about it. Anyway, I hope you're having an amazing day. And yeah, I will show you the fit and I'll get my matcha going and we'll figure out our day. Check in later. Okay, as you know, fantasy fit. So cute little Badgley Mishkas. And yeah, my favorite bodysuit from Zara, favorite jeans. I'm telling you, shoes just make it, you know? Oh my God, but look at the back of these. Are they not like just so gorgeous? Anyway, I love them. They're just my favorites. Well, I can't say that. I have lots of favorites. Anyway, yeah, so that's the fit. Pretty cute. Fantasy, you know. I'm not gonna actually be wearing these, but it's fun to pretend. All right, let's go get our matcha going. Finally getting to my matcha for today. Hopefully I start to feel better. I'm also making salmon right now because I figured, what the hell, might as well make lunch since it's after three. After three now. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my matcha. Not sure what today is, but tomorrow is Easter, and yeah. So I don't know. If I come up with something, I'll let you know. If not, I'll let you know. I'm gonna enjoy my matcha, and I will check in with you later. Cheers. Is it late? Yes. Let me level with you. I have no idea what to do today. So tonight, we are going to do a makeup tutorial. We're going to do a lavender Easter inspired makeup tutorial. And so the palettes that I have as inspiration are this Purple Haze by Cara Duo, which is Cara Beauty. The colors are obviously fantastic and perfect. And then I also have my ColourPop Fade into Hue, which is all the rainbows of the color, which is all the colors of the I've lost it. All the colors of the rainbow, but obviously we would be focusing more on the purples. But instead of doing an actual tutorial, let's just sit and chat. How about that? That way, I just do my makeup and then we can just have a cute little conversation. How does that sound? I feel like that sounds more interesting than me just doing a tutorial. So anyway, if you want to know what I'm using, I'll put it in the details, maybe, probably not. But anyway, let's chat. So a few days ago, obviously, you caught me crying. It's not a good look, and it's not something I generally do online, especially nowadays, now that I'm out of, the situation I was in last year, being a teacher and all, ex-teacher now. And yeah, so I'm sure you kind of figured it out, but most of that was due to a little bit of online bullying, which I will admit doesn't happen that often to me, but I will say on Reddit, the communities there can be a little tricky and quite toxic depending on where you are. So I was in a few subreddits that were like fashion subreddits and stuff like that. And eventually I got bullied out based on some of the really cruel things people were saying and stuff like that. And so some people guided me into a new subreddit, fashion based subreddit, which was refreshing and wonderful and everything I wanted it to be. It was accepting of everyone and all walks of life and people from all backgrounds and all different styles. I mean, it was lovely. I loved it. So I'm posting there. I post every day because I post every day. But the problem with that is some people decided that I was posting for the wrong reasons. And honestly, the only reason why I was posting was because I wanted to continue to share my YouTube channel, but I also wanted to, share my fashion and be a part of the community. And from what I gathered, that community was really lovely and just, it was really special to be a part of, and I loved it. Fast forward to people deciding that because I was posting in other subreddits like Selfie and stuff like that, that weren't necessarily fashion based, I was inviting a lot of negative activity. And so I was getting bullied and people were commenting really cruel things to me and saying I didn't belong and telling me that, to basically fuck off, which, whatever. People are entitled to their opinion. I didn't really, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't tell anybody, like, I didn't report them because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like, I don't know, whatever. Other people started noticing though, and, things escalated. So now I'm getting reported to the mods that anything that is bad that is happening in that subreddit is my fault. And I'm like, okay, so what do we do, right? Well, they decided that I couldn't post, I had to create a whole new account in order for me to continue to be allowed to post in there. An account just for them. Seemed like a lot of work just to post, my fashion, but it was the only fashion subreddit that I was allowed in not allowed in, that I had originally felt welcome in, but I guess you could say I was welcome in a lot of them, but they didn't, eventually they bullied me out, whatever. So I did as requested, and I got a whole new account just to post in this subreddit so I could share my fashion and be a part of the community and see what everyone else was doing. Just, nothing crazy. Just enjoy the community, really. Unfortunately, people had made up their mind about me and decided that I was still, for whatever reason, malicious in my posting, or I still was not welcome there. I didn't deserve to be there, whatever. Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt a lot. Especially when I had done nothing, literally nothing, and I followed all the rules. Even when I was banned from my other account, I followed all the rules. But, people had insisted that they still weren't comfortable with me, or at least that account. And so I created a new one so that people would, be kinder, be more accepting. I did as requested. And I found that people were still upset with me, that I was posting. They accused me of that I was showing off, even though most of my clothes come from high school. It's not an exaggeration. That is true. Whatever. And that, or like, like I have this lavish lifestyle. I live in a condo, guys. I do not do I come from privilege? Absolutely. I come from privilege. But we are now currently, since I quit teaching, on a one income, lifestyle. And that income is based on the business that I built, the film business that I built. And so, we do okay, but it's not like I'm jet setting on private jets or showing off Louis Vuitton or Chanel or any. I don't have any of those things. I've never had any of those things. Like, they were acting like I was, I don't know, showing off, and that wasn't the case. I just happened to have things that came off of Amazon that were very cheap, and I know how to style them so that they don't, look so cheap, I guess you could say. But anyway, they hated me anyway. So that was one of the complaints. The other complaints were that I was posting too much, even though I only posted once a day, which was within the rules. I'm allowed to post actually twice a day if I wanted to, but I don't. I just post once a day, right after I post my YouTube video, and there are quite a few people that also post every single day. I'm not the only one, but because people had made their decision about me, I was the bad player here. People just think what they want to think and decide what they want to decide. And, it is what it is. Who am I to, I don't know. I just thought I could prove otherwise by being kind and, just the kind of person you would want in that space, an accepting space like that. But, whatever. So fast forward, and I do everything that is requested of me. Oh, what were the other complaints? They said I was showing off. They said I was posting too much. They said I was inviting unsavory characters into the subreddit. Oh, I wish I could. Oh. I don't know. There were a few others, but and that my style wasn't enough out there. Like, it had to be more. I don't know actually. They said that my aesthetic wasn't welcome there. It didn't fit. It was too normal, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Because I don't really understand why, since, it's supposed to be accepting of all fashions, So anyway, that was all the complaints against me. To counter all of those complaints, I did as requested, and I, created a new account. So I let them know. I said, all right, here's my new account, since this one's being banned. And they said, great, we are really sorry for this. The mods were wonderful. They are wonderful. They're very kind and understanding, and very sad for the bullying that was going on, because that is obviously not what that subreddit is supposed to be about. So they let me back in with my new account, and lo and behold, people still treated me badly. In fact, it was so bad that people that had no idea what was going on were like noticing, because they were actually attacking people that were being kind to me as well. They were downvoting everyone, and it got really ugly really fast. People were commenting saying I don't belong, and what are you still doing here? And I thought I blocked you from your other account, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's fine. You can block me. It doesn't bother me that you don't want to see me, People are entitled to enjoy what they want to enjoy. And if you don't enjoy my content, that's fine. I'm not going to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. What I create for me and for my community and the people that enjoy what it is that I do. And I love that. I think it's really special. And honestly, if you don't want to see what I create, then I don't want you to see what I create, because I don't want to create any animosity. I just want to enjoy fashion and enjoy and love life, because life is just way too short to be miserable, Anyway, So I pretty much just accepted people were going to continue to be cruel to me. But, and, the only time I reported things that were happening was when, people were actively commenting things that went against the rules, gatekeeping, stuff like that, telling me that I don't belong, that kind of stuff. But it got to the point where other people were noticing that they were getting downvoted for being kind to me, or, even just, even if they weren't kind to me, or they were just being, observing what was going on, they were like, this is not the community that I thought this was. And so obviously it made the moderators or their subreddit look really, really bad. And in that sense, I felt horrible because I knew I was probably the main source of the stress and the struggle that they were dealing with, that, you shouldn't have to deal with in a community that's supposed to be so accepting, right? But I will say it really, brought out a lot of the bad players that were in the subreddit, which I think is a good thing, because you don't want people who think that way, The whole point is to be kind and accepting. I mean, that's the mantra, So in revealing these characters, the mods were able to get rid of the people who, actually were not or should not be a part of that community. So in enduring some of the really hardest online bullying, they actually said to me, the mods reached out. They really are wonderful and so kind, because they could easily have been like, you are not welcome here because you're just creating strife in here and we don't want to deal with it at all. And so instead of doing that, they faced the bullying head on, because that's what the community is supposed to be about, accepting and creating a safe environment. And what I was sadly revealing to them is that their environment was not as safe as they wanted it to be, because according to some of the people there, only certain people were allowed to be there, and I wasn't welcome because I just was not, I don't know, what did they want me to be? I don't know. I wasn't quirky enough. I don't know. It was hurtful. So instead of banning me, again, they decided that they were going to do something about it, which I think speaks to their character, and says a lot about the importance of what they were trying to create with their community. A lot of people were getting very angry and actually really upset with not me, but with how I was being treated, because they wanted to post and they saw that I was posting. They didn't see that I was doing anything wrong, because I wasn't. I never broke any rules. But they were nervous because they were like, well, if she is getting attacked, what are these people going to do to me? And the reality is, I talked about this before. I know what the reality is. It comes from the fact that I am not considered a marginalized person. And I guess a lot of these people have a lot of internalized misogyny within them, because a woman is inherently a marginalized person. I'm not gay though, and I am a white cisgendered straight woman, but I am still a woman, and women are indeed victims of the patriarchy. That's just the reality of the situation. But because I am not enough of a marginalized person, they decided that I was, let's call a spade, too beautiful to be a part of such a diverse and creative community. I know what it is. I'm not stupid. Um, I'm too, I don't know. I can't say normal because I have a spicy brain, but you can't tell that I have a spicy brain in photos, you know? Um, they just decided that I didn't belong there because I wasn't different enough, and therefore I was just not welcome to be a part of that community, uh, which I can understand. You know, if you just want to see people uh, who are really creative and have, you know, really out there fashion, I get it. Like, I totally get it. My fashion might be a little too tame for some people. It's just, and you know, it is, my fashion is meant to show off my figure since I lost so much weight. But I've always been that way with my fashion. Even when I was heavier, I am proud of my body and I don't feel like I should be ashamed of it. And so a lot of people look down on that, which again, you know, it depends on which way you look at it. Am I playing into the patriarchy by, you know, allowing people to look at me and sexualize me? Or am I being a strong feminist woman by being proud of the way I look and unafraid and unabashedly bold in the way I dress because of how excited and proud I am in the way that I look? To me, it's the latter. I am a bold woman and I am a very proud feminist. But just because I'm a feminist doesn't mean I'm not allowed to like lipstick, you know? Just because I'm a feminist doesn't mean that I'm, you know, I have to look a certain way, have certain hair color, or, you know, be a part of the LGBTQ community. That's not a choice. I can be an ally, and I am an ally, but, you know, people don't see it like that. People see me, they think I'm too normal, and they believe I'm not welcome. Even though I was very active and still am very active in the community and very supportive of everyone who posts. Because I think it's important that everyone, you know, shares their voice. It might not be your style, but you can still appreciate it, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. And yeah, sure, what woman isn't? But, and I say that in the sense of we're living under the patriarchy. You'd have to be a little crazy to allow this to continue and not be rioting in the streets. And we're not rioting. And so therefore I think we're a little crazy because we should be rioting. But what do I know? Anyway, all I'm saying is for all the awful things that I endured during those months of being bullied and hurt and created to look like some kind of really evil, nasty person, all of which is not true. And if you've been here, you know that about me already. What came of it, I feel like, is worth it in the end, at the cost of my own mental health. But the mods have decided to take on a more, proactive role in banning, even temp banning and permanently banning people who are specifically cruel and say things that they know go against the rules, you know? And so, in doing so, they've created a much safer space for their community, which was the whole purpose of that community in the first place. Anyway, did it hurt and did it suck to be a part of that process inadvertently? Yes. Did I do everything I could so that I could continue to be a part of that community? I did. And I still am a part of the community. And it's interesting because a lot of people in the community didn't understand what was happening because they just saw me being nice to everyone and then getting these horrific downvotes. which is exactly what happened. And I just explained, some people just decided they didn't like me. But the end result is that, it's a safer community now because the mods have chosen a path to be more aggressive against the cruelty. And yeah. And I'm, in a way, kind of grateful to have been a part of that process. And if I can just make something better in just a little way, I'm glad, I find that a lot of things are hard to make better without sacrificing a lot. And for me, as a person who has a neurospicy brain and RSD, which is rejection sensitivity, I don't remember the rest. But anyway, it's a heightened sensitivity emotion. It makes me a great empath, a passionate person, but rejection is so hard. And, just one mean comment amongst hundreds of kind ones will stick and stay with me. It's very difficult. It's just something I deal with, something I'm trying to, get through, but it's just how my brain works and how I process, and it's hard. So when people, even when one person is cruel to me, I deal with it in a very deep level, and it affects me a lot. And it's probably bad to tell people that because it only takes one person to hurt me, and it works. So if you want to hurt me, just one person needs to say something mean and you'll ruin my day. That's the reality of the situation. But it just makes things so much harder to be the way that I am, to be this way. And it's not something I can control. But I persisted, and I continued to be kind and to show kindness and share this story because, like I said, change doesn't come without sacrifice. And I knew things needed to change, and I think the mods realized things needed to change. And I'm so grateful to have been a part of that so that the community can be better. And so, it sounds stupid and small, and who cares on the grand scheme of things, but I'm kind of someone who lives in the past, present, and future at the same time constantly. It's just a symptom of this neurospicy brain. It's just what it is. But that's okay. We all have our struggles, and as long as we understand and know how to deal with them, it just makes us better as a person. And I am constantly evolving, and I think it's important to evolve and grow and change and to be a better person and to make someone somewhere happy and just be kind. It's so important. But anyway, here's my makeup. I hope I didn't bore you with that talk, but I just wanted to share that with you. Because it's important, I know I'm not the only one who struggles with these things, and I think it's important that I share these stories so that you're not alone. And even people who have everything or perceive to have everything can still be hurt and can still be attacked for the wrong reasons. Anyway, I hope you like this look. It's my lavender, nude, freckles, blush, just the usual. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will have another lookbook coming out soon. I don't know what it is yet. Please, in the comments below, give me some ideas so that I can share my fashion with you because I love it. And yeah, tomorrow is Easter. So let me know in the comments below how you are celebrating, or if you're not doing anything because you don't celebrate, what are you doing this weekend? Let me know. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for spending time with me today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you tomorrow. Until next time.